Sidelines. You know, you're watching your division unfold, and there's nothing you can do except for wait. And so whenever they gave me this call, said, hey, can you take it? I was like, yeah. You know, it'd be great to get 2 fights in the year, and then I can start continuing that. You know, try to get more, see how the body does.
And almost along the same lines, a question for Anthony. You've also been out for a while, but you have been keeping relevant with the new deals that you've had with Reebok and doing the Ultimate Fighter with Gilbert. Do you feel that there's that target on your back since you've been out with all the other guys that have been plugging along in the division?
Yeah, for sure. Lightweight division stacked. I mean, you got Gilbert, Melendez there. You got like 5 guys waiting for title shots. So it's my job to stay healthy and just line them up. I mean, I'm excited to be back. It's been a long time, and December 6th can't come fast enough.
And how is your injury feeling? Everything recovered, no problems?
Yeah, I took the time off that I had to. The doc said 6 months, no kicking. I was cleared to fight in July. We had the Ultimate Fighter show. So just waiting for that to wrap up and getting this fight signed up. Thank you.
That's it, we're done? No? Media guys are so shy. The fans, I know that we had some Fight Club members. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
If everybody else is going to be lazy, then Dana, you know, not very often do you guys get to have 2 title fights on the same card. Talk a little bit about that process and why it's better to do it that way for this one and not split.
Well, it's not that it's better to do it this way. I mean, this year, still, this was a rough year again with injuries. Not as bad as 2012, but it was a tough year. And, you know, now we're rolling into this next year with nothing but monster fights, you know. As long as everybody stays healthy going into this next year, right up until summer is just going to be packed with big fights. So it's just happened that way. They're both coming back at the same time. And
question for Gilbert, since you've had the time to be able to coach with Anthony on the show. What have you assessed from him as an opponent?
To be honest, Anthony and I kept separate. You know, he stayed on his side and I stayed on my side. There was no faking a friendship, and you know, I'm not one with the biggest mouthpiece, so we didn't do too much crap talking on the show, and we trained at different times, but just stayed separate, just stayed in my area.
I know it's a lot ahead of the fight here as far as time goes, but when you look at his skill set and the flashy striking that he's known for, and everybody knows about your jiu-jitsu game and the wrestling that you bring to the table, how do you see those matching up when you guys step into the cage?
I think it's an entertaining matchup, but I see myself coming victorious. I think he does have the flash. I think he's a great athlete, but I fought the best in the world when they were at the top in the world, and I think I got what it takes, and I plan on being the new champ, and I will be.
And for Robbie, your last couple of fights that you've had Ellenberger, you've had Brown. How much do you feel that you've gotten to that point where you're going to be able to possibly take that title away from Johny?
Yeah, the fight when I fought Johny last time, it was a really good fight, and I just kept building after that. I got right back in the gym. I got a fight with Ellenberger, pushed myself hard, and right after that fight, got another fight and pushed myself to another level. So I'm going to be better than I've ever been before, and I plan on just going out there and beating Johnny's you-know-what.
Robbie, I had a question for you, Robbie, kind of...
that was asked for those of you that don't know.
Okay. Kind of following up on Heidi was saying, out of those fights that you had, which are you most proud of? Which performance do you think you were the best in? Is it the one with Johny, or was it one after that that you felt was where you really came together?
I'm just proud of my whole journey throughout my whole career, just grinding, getting after it, and just trying to be the best I could be. I mean, every fight's huge. Your next fight's always your biggest fight. So Johnny's was a huge fight. It kind of put me on that level, let everyone know I was one of the best in the world, and now I'm just going to prove it.
And for you, Showtime, you know, some people, when they're sidelined, they're able to turn into a good coach. Obviously, we know you're doing that on The Ultimate Fighter, but is it hard for you to be in the gym and not be out there really working hard? Are you able to transition into a coaching position and sort of, you know, work through your own injury while you're coaching other people?
I only had like 6 months off not training. I've been training since June now, so the time off, I definitely had my little brother fighting. We got guys in the gym getting ready for a fight, so I did work on my coaching. But for me, it's just these guys look at me like a role model. My job is to fight, and that's what I plan on doing next year, 3 or 4 fights, knocking these guys out.
And how good does it feel so far? The season has been all Team Pettis on The
Feels
Ultimate
good.
Fighter.
I seen you ask him about my
Yeah.
cockiness a little bit. No, I'm just confident.
I said confident.
Confident.
I said confident.
I had a good team. I picked a great team, and it's going to show in the season.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Question for Anthony. With you being out so long since you first won the title and with so long before you've made a title defense, does that put a lot of extra pressure on you coming into the fight?
Not really, because every next fight's your most important fight. I got this belt in front of me. Whether I didn't have it in front of me or not, I had to win my next fight. So now I'm fighting the best in the world. Got Gilbert Melendez over there. He's a good opponent, good skill set. It's just motivating for me to fight, a guy like that. So I'm excited. I mean, December 6th, I signed the contract. I'm ready to go.
And question for Robbie. The first time you fought Johnny, it looked like he might have surprised you a little bit on the feet. Was there anything that surprised you about Johnny, and what adjustments are you going to have to make for the next fight?
I don't know if he really surprised me. I knew he was a tough opponent. He's a winner, plain and simple. Yeah, he threw some good kicks and he kept me off balance. But I'm just going to build and get better. I'm better than I was that day, and I'm going to be better tomorrow.
Do you think it's been a big advantage for you being able to stay so active, or Johnny's been on the sidelines?
Yeah, I've been able to build off of that fight and get right back in the gym, work on my skills, work on my training, and just developing physically and mentally. I'm ready to go, and this is a huge opportunity.
Gilbert, this question's for you. Your first title fight against Benson Henderson, you self-admittedly let off the gas. At different points in that fight, you were controlling, you were winning. So a two-part question. What did you learn from that first title fight in the UFC, and what type of things are you doing to ensure that you don't make the same mistake twice?
Yeah, that was my first time in the octagon, and adapting to a 30-foot almost diameter was a little different than the 25-foot I was used to in the strike force. So it was a lot of effort to try to cut someone off and force them to fight. And tactically, I took my foot off the gas pedal. I felt like I won the first two, possibly the third, and I knew I had to win the fifth, which I thought I did. Also, there's a lot riding on it. It's your first fight in the UFC. I couldn't make any mistakes and get knocked out, get choked out by Benson, so I felt like I was a little conservative at times. I feel like I've established myself in the UFC, and I don't need to be careful. I'm going to take all the risk in this fight, and I'm either going to get knocked out or I'm going to knock his ass out.
Good afternoon. You were talking about cocky and confidence just now. I just wanted to ask all four men on the dais, maybe Dana as well, that I've heard so much from Conor McGregor in the last few months, and there's been, and he's made no impact at all, obviously. No, we've heard so much from him from the last few months, and there's very few fighters that are able to come out and just really, explode with their energy and talk up so much as he does. Can I get the views of, all four of you are not big trash talkers. Can I get the views of all four of you on whether you believe when you see a fighter doing something like that, where they have something special in them that they can't stop themselves from doing it, or whether you think it might be, delusion or, nerves or whatever it might be. Could I start with you, Anthony?
Man, I'm a Conor McGregor fan. I mean, he knows how to talk, he knows how to fight, and I guess it's up to each athlete. Whatever gets you up for a fight, that's what you got to do, and he does a good job at it. I mean, obviously he has all these fans here, so he should take care of business.
Same thing, if he can, it's one thing to talk it, and then you go out there and get beat up and beat up and beat up, but he's actually very good, he backs it up, so realistically, to me, it doesn't matter. You're right. Whatever gets him up, whatever gets him motivated. Some people have to get trash talked or do this to be motivated. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think he's delusional at all. I just think he really believes in himself, and he does a good job of speaking. He gets in people's heads, and he goes out there and backs it up for sure. I mean, I have no problem with it. But that's not me.
I agree. A man got to do what he has to do to prepare himself for his fight, so he's doing what he has to do.
Dana, do you have anything to say about it?
Who gives a shit what I think about it? Come on.
Okay.
They're the guys. They're the guys.
Okay. And the other thing was, and it is more for you as well, Dana, you know, this is an incredible card. You know, can you kind of analyze where you think this card lies in terms of, it's like a matchmaker's dream in many ways, because styles make fights. There's so many great fights on this
It's
event.
an amazing card. I literally just came from the office here, and we were fine-tuning the show open. And as you watch the show open, there's so many great fights on this card. I'm excited for many of the fights on the card, including, you know, the return of Dominic Cruz, which everybody's been waiting for a long time. So it's an awesome card, man. I'm real excited about it.
Well, but because of the storylines, the return of Kat Zingano, the initiation of Eddie Alvarez, the rise of Cerrone recently, you know, the Carriasso, the underdog, all these things. But sitting in the office back at Zuffa headquarters, have you sat around with Lorenzo and other members of the staff and tried to work out where it perhaps sits in terms of pound-for-pound matchup cards?
I don't think like that. You know, I don't think of where does this sit as far as, you know me. I'll say the same thing now if we were back up in Sacramento. You know, there's some guys that you know, a certain style or personalities make a fight really exciting, or there's certain, you know, certain fights where guys are ranked and how much it means. But for me, at the end of the day, I'm a real fight fan, and I love all the fights. You know, some of them get you. Obviously, it's impossible not to be excited about Poirier and Conor. You know, Poirier is the number 5 ranked guy in the world, and these two do not like each other. You heard Poirier say in Embedded, I don't think I've ever not like somebody as much as I don't like this guy. I can't wait to punch this guy in the face. You know, and all these type of things, you wouldn't be human if you didn't love, you know, weren't excited about that fight. And Cerrone, like you said, has been on a tear. We're going to see what Eddie Alvarez has. You know, this kid's been waiting for this moment for a very long time. And I'm excited to see Yoel Romero. You know, that's going to be an exciting fight, too. Say what you want about Kennedy, the guy keeps winning, and you know, the guy's a winner. So I'm excited. And I could keep going. I could keep going on and on. That's how great this card is.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey guys, question for Gilbert Melendez and Anthony Pettis. As Dana said, huge fight this weekend in the lightweight division with Eddie Alvarez and Donald Cerrone. I'd like to get your take on who wins and why, and I'll start with Gilbert.
That's a tough call. I think if it was a 5-round fight, I'd give it to Cowboy. But since it's a 3-round fight, I'm going to give it to Eddie. I think it'll be competitive on the feet, but I think the takedowns may make the difference, and I think Eddie's going to maybe score some takedowns and win. So I think I got Eddie, but I think it's a very competitive fight.
I think it depends on which Cowboy shows up. I fought Cowboy before. Sometimes he folds in these fights when it's a title shot or very close to a title shot. So if Cowboy shows up, I can't go against Cowboy, man. He got the skill set. He has the jiu-jitsu, the striking. So I'm going to pick Cowboy.
Thanks, guys. And a quick question for Dana. Dana, you mentioned the return of Dominic Cruz. Almost 3 years that he has been away from the octagon. Talk about the importance of what it means to the organization to have a guy like Dominic Cruz back.
Well, he hasn't made it yet. We still have the rest of today and tomorrow
in bubble wrap.
for him to get injured. But, you know, Dominic Cruz is a great fighter and just a great human being. I really love the guy. And to be out for 3, I don't think I've ever seen anybody with more bad luck than Dominic Cruz. It's actually terrible. You know, he had a big fight coming up after that season of The Ultimate Fighter. You know, a big fight, big money fight. And it just goes to show how mentally tough this kid is to keep bouncing back from injury after injury and continuing to train and stay in the game. It shows a lot about his character and who he is as a fighter and a person. And I have a lot of respect for him. I like him very much, and I wish him the best of luck on Saturday night.
Hey Me again. I have one last question for you, Dana. The original main event for this fight, we had the Chris Weidman Vitor Belfort fight. I've read that was supposed to be rescheduled for February, but I was wondering if you had any more details on where or exactly when that might be.
Yeah, we're shooting for February. You know, we got to see, you know, how the progression of Weidman's injuries heal, and you know, we got it scheduled for February. Just slot it in there. We'll see what happens. You know, we pick these dates just in hopes that the guys can make it, and if they can't, then we'll switch it around. But I'm hoping they can go in February. We'll see. All right, we're the Fight Pass crew. Let's talk to some Fight Pass people. That guy, yeah, you. Dude, you're getting the mic. No, give the mic to this guy right here. Guy right here in the shirt.
My question's for Robbie Lawler. Since you couldn't beat Johnny with one hand, how are you going to beat him with two?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Johnny's got a lot of excuses, but I don't have any. I'm coming to fight that night, and that's all I can do.
So the fans will do all the shit talking in here today. Who's next? That guy just set the tone. What's up, buddy?
Am I on? Okay.
You're on.
This question is for Dana White. You were mentioning next year that there was going to be a number of real good fights. I was wondering when Ronda Rousey is going to be fighting. I talked to my friend Gene LaBelle, and he said sometime next year probably, but I was just wondering if there's any more information that you might have.
She's absolutely 100% fighting in January. She'll fight in January, 100%. She's going to fight in January, then she's going to film a movie, and then I'm hoping for her to come back again in March.
Do you know which fight in January?
I think it's going to depend on what happens Saturday night. This guy spoke for the whole section over here. That's it. They're done.
This question's for Johnny. Hey, after you pancake Robbie in the center of the ring, who do you wish to fight next?
You know, realistically, oh, you guys are trying to pry it, aren't you? Well done, sir. You know, realistically, he's a tough fighter. You know, I'm going to do everything I can to win. Yeah, they were excuses. That's why I kept them to myself until after the fight. You know, this time I plan on doing more. I plan on having more offense, more attacks, and hopefully be able to finish. You know, we'll see.
First of all, thank you for coming back to Vegas.
Thank you.
And second of all, there's a lot of tension after that last question.
I live here, you know.
Yeah, well,
All right.
the UFC does too.
Got
but
it,
you
yep,
still
I
come back
understand.
here. So I was wondering, since there's a lot of tension, if Dave Schaller can get in between the stare down to Hendricks.
Yeah, if you
and
guys
Lawler.
want, if this thing was a little too boring for you, I'll have Dave Schaller do the face-offs here today.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Yeah. Step and repeat will be down. These curtains will come ripped down. It'll be great. Destroy our new DC Comics thing. This side's done. All right.
Firstly, it's a pleasure to watch you guys on the octagon. I know you guys rock it, man, like big time.
I'm sorry, sir. What'd you say?
I said that whenever these guys get in the octagon, they rock it. It's awesome to watch them.
Yeah, they do. Thank you.
I'll speak a bit slower. I'll speak a bit slower because of my accent.
No, thank you.
So I've got two questions, and it only requires a one-name answer.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's to all four fighters. I'd love to ask the second question to you, Dana, as well, but I know you can't be biased. So the first question is, over your MMA careers, who is the one female that you've coached or trained or, you know, been associated with that you've found has the most physical strength?
He's not talking to me. He's talking to you.
Yeah, I train with Ronda. She's definitely the strongest.
I had my whole team on Ultimate Fighter. All of these girls are strong. They were definitely surprised. And I even told Dana these girls have bigger arms than me.
There's always someone that usually stands out that's physical. You know, it's with every
I can't
team.
really give too much without letting the show play out. You'll see in the show.
No, I don't mean who's the best, just the strongest. who's
Yeah,
got
I
the
think
physical?
that answer is the same person.
All right. Okay. And the second question is, and you only need to say the name. Who do you think's going to win the fight between Justin and Connor?
Is that to me?
That's for all five of you,
Yeah,
if you
okay.
can answer.
Yeah.
But
Who do you like, Gilbert?
I picked Connor.
Robbie?
I'm going with my boy Dustin.
Dustin?
Oh man, I'm just sort of excited to watch it. I don't care who wins. You know what I mean? It's one of those fights that you're just like, get in there, bang it out, and one walks away with winner, and that's what I can't wait. Boo! All right, Connor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Connor as well.
all right, thanks for that.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Dana.
Oh, we got a guy.
We got a guy over here.
All right.
I don't mean to be a ball hugger, but at the same time, I think you're...
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I'm not trying to yank
If you
the
say
ball.
nice things about people, you're a ball hugger? I mean, I don't understand that
All right, well,
concept. Go ahead, say something nice. Thank you.
Dana, I think you're a genius.
Thank you,
Really.
sir. Thank you.
You revolutionized this...
You are such a ball hugger. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. I'm going to be this guy right now because I have a buddy in town from South Florida.
And he doesn't have a ticket.
Yep.
You got a ticket.
Yes, sir.
That's what you get for ball hugging, my friend.
Hey, Dana, I got 2 questions for you, please.
Yeah.
First, I'm a veteran myself, and I want to thank you for all the military shows.
Thank you, sir.
I want to know when the next one is.
That's a good question that I don't know the answer to. I have no idea. We will do one. I just don't know when it will be.
All right.
Obviously in 15. It'll
Can
be
you
in
do
15.
Fort Riley, Kansas? That's where I was for 7 years. So.
In Kansas?
Yeah. Just throwing it out.
Yeah, no, I know. People have been terrorizing me to Kansas, St. Louis. Believe me, that guy's
My
from St.
second
Louis.
question is, I'm from Phoenix. Thank you for finally bringing the show to
That
Phoenix.
card's sick too.
Yes.
That Phoenix card is awesome.
Where's Benson, Ryan Bader, CB Dalloway? Where's
Yeah.
those guys?
I don't know if it's actually done yet, but I think it's close to done. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Benson's the best. I was just wondering.
I hear you. That's his town. I got it.
All right, thank you, Dana.
Believe me, we thought about that when we built the card.
I thought so.
If he's not on, there's a reason. I just don't know the answer to any of your questions right now. Sorry.
I win.
All right.
And thank you for your service. Yeah.
What's up, buddy? You're
Hey,
up.
Dana.
What's up, man?
One quick question. What are your plans for Connor after he knocks out Dustin? Title shot or what?
I got a question for you. How many Irish are here today? So the last Dublin card that I went to was the sickest fight that I have ever been to in my life. It was incredible. The loudest, the most amazing, the first time I've ever pulled my phone out and actually started filming inside an event. Are you guys going to make it that loud on Saturday? I love it. I love it. And we'll see what happens after the fight. I have no idea what's up for. Obviously, if Connor beats Dustin Poirier, it is huge. He came in, out of nowhere, pulls off a couple of wins, fights the number 5 guy in the world. And let me tell you what, a lot of people are overlooking Dustin Poirier. This kid is tough. He's nasty. He comes to fight, and he's going to move forward. It's going to be a fight. If Conor McGregor beats the number 5 guy in the world, look out. Look out. Thank you. He's going to, Thanks. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Dana. So I've been watching the first 3 episodes of The Ultimate Fighter, and it's, I think, the best I've ever seen.
Thank you.
So,
the season even gets better. It gets better and better. The fights are unbelievable this season.
I definitely look forward to that. I like the
Thank you.
bracket system. I like the fact that they're the best women in the world at that division. So my question is, how are you guys possibly going to follow that up?
Trust me, if you don't think that that's what we're thinking, believe me, that's what we're thinking, and we're working on it right now. Great question.
Okay, and just my second question is that you guys are holding a lot of events, obviously even two in a day sometimes. Bruce Buffer obviously can't be at all of them.
Right.
So have you ever thought about maybe bringing in like the Crazy Pride lady? I mean, I just love her so much.
The Crazy Pride lady?
Yeah, Len Hart from Pride.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of do something different than what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a little different. I like the Pride lady too. Yeah, but the answer is no. But yeah, I like the Pride lady too.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Dana. I'm out here from Salt Lake, and you booked one event in Utah. It was on a Sunday in Mormontown.
Yeah.
We're
We're never coming back, sir.
No chance?
Never. Dude. We sold like 4 tickets up there, okay? We sold like 4 tickets. I don't give a shit what day it was, okay? If it's Monday at 11 o'clock in the morning, you got to sell more than 4 tickets. I literally yanked the show out of there and put it down in San Diego, and we sold 3,000 tickets the day it went on sale in San Diego. Love you, nothing against Utah, but Vegas is real close, my friend.
Hey, I can make the drive, that's all right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, this question is for Johnny and Robbie. Who's going night-night?
I think that Johnny thinks Robbie is, and I think that Robbie thinks Johnny is. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. Just a shot in the dark. I don't know. Great question. Have a seat, sir. That was terrible. Next question.
What's up, Dana? I see you all the time. We come to all the shows. I bought tickets to UFC 178.
And I love you.
I didn't get refunds for it because I thought it was going to be a good show.
Yeah.
They're really high.
So what, are you pissed off now and you're asking for a refund? Where's this going?
Can I get a section lower?
Section lower? How many you got there?
4 of them.
4 of them.
Bringing my friend who's first time here.
Yeah?
I'm section
Where are you from?
400. I'm from California, but I come to all the shows. Every single one of them.
Go see Kia right there.
He knows
We'll
me.
stick you somewhere. Hey, this side is not doing well, sir. What is your question? You gotta.
Hey, you know I got this. I got this, okay? I'm from Tucson, Arizona. The only thing I want to say is thank you for bringing the UFC to Arizona.
Thank you.
Joke, repping really hard.
Thank you, sir.
My question
is that the Arizona flag?
You know it.
Okay. I didn't know it. Now I know it.
Hey, well, actually, my question is to you. Thank you for bringing Anthony Burchak to the card, and I know he's going to make his debut. What do you think? Do you think he'll actually explode in the UFC?
Yeah, the kid's talented. I don't know. We'll see. You know, obviously you come in. It's tough to come into the UFC and win your first fight, and then once you start to feel like this is your house, it gets a little more comfortable. So we'll see how he does.
Cool. And then I got one more question for Showtime. For preparing for all this fight and all this for December's fight, how do you feel? Like, do you feel more confident in yourself as in a fighter or more of a coach or a trainer?
As a fighter, man, I'm the champ. The belt's in front of me. I'm a fighter, man. So, yeah, I'm a good coach. I've been coaching my whole life. I had a taekwondo school when I was 5, but this is my passion right here. So, definitely as a fighter.
Oh, and then how do you feel about being on the box of Wheaties?
It's amazing, man. Thank you guys, everybody, for your support for that, man. It's amazing. MMA on the Wheaties box. It's huge.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Arizona. All right.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
I'm visiting from Canada. And,
Awesome. What part of Canada?
I live in northwestern Alberta.
Okay.
And I know you're heading to Halifax, Nova Scotia in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if you have any plans on coming back to Western Canada.
Western Canada. Yeah, we do. We actually were just recently working on 2015 up in Canada, and I think we're bringing 4 or 5 fights next year to Canada.
Thank you.
All right, sweetheart. Thanks for coming.
And I was told not to ask any questions about tickets.
About tickets? Well, whoever told you that, I love them. That's awesome. Do you need tickets?
I do need tickets.
You came down here from Canada without tickets?
That is right.
Because you knew I was going to give you some, didn't you?
Well, I thought you might.
How the hell am I going to say no to you? You're like the sweetest person in this place. Go walk up here and get some tickets.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's up, man?
Good afternoon, Dana. Hey, I'm a U.S. Army Ranger for 20 years. I always want to thank the UFC for supporting our troops for 13 years, free pay-per-view overseas during the war. So I want to thank you personally.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor.
Now, my question to everyone up there is, the loyalty to the UFC when fighters are cut or for some reason they can't fight anymore, how does it make you feel when they get on the internet and kind of bash the UFC? Because this is a volunteer force.
Well,
it's not about the money.
You know, there's nothing that you could, you know, you're going to have situations. Right now we have over 500 guys under contract, you know, and we've had thousands of guys fight in the UFC. And not everybody is, no, I don't care where you work. I don't care where you work, what your job is, not everybody is going to be 100% happy. You know, we do the best we can do to make people happy, and, you know, I know what you're talking about here. You know, I've never said anything negatively about Wanderlei Silva. I've always respected Wanderlei Silva, and even through this thing, you know, as this thing is unfolded, you know, it is what it is. Wanderlei Silva ran from a drug test, you know, and I think he has a beautiful strategy right now. If one of these reporters walk up to him and say, hey, Wanderlei, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. The UFC's... When he goes on a 45-minute rant about the UFC, they never get to ask him, why did you run from a drug test? Why did you not return anybody's phone calls for 2 days after you ran from the drug test? You know, if you go on a crazy rant for 45 minutes about the UFC, these guys never get to ask the question that, you know, everybody wants answered. So it's actually a pretty brilliant strategy.
Well, thanks again, Dana.
Thank you.
Question for Anthony Pettis. I've been noticing from the way you've been responding to the things Gilbert has been saying, do you feel any personal animosity towards Gilbert, or do you just look at this as business as usual?
No, this is business as usual. He's the #1 contender. I'm the champ. That's how it works. I fight whoever's the best in the world. That's just it.
And just because I want a cheap pop, go Conor McGregor. There.
All right, we're going to take a couple more questions because I'm sweating my ass off up here.
First off, Gil Melendez, war buddy. Really inspiring. You too, Robbie. You guys are like heroes for life. Anyway, my question is for Dana. The success of the recent season of The Ultimate Fighter and the way that you've brought in so many talented young women to find out who the best in that division is. As a fan, can we look forward to more divisions for the women, maybe a heavyweight division or even, you know, featherweights for the men, like the super light guys, like the 105ers out there?
No, I think
China?
that right now what we're going to end up doing is the 135 and the 115. That'll be the two divisions here for a long time with women. And I don't know. Again, for me to say, no, we won't do any more weight classes, I mean,
because I know for
5 years ago, I didn't even think that this would, you
for
know.
a long time when I was younger training, it was, you know, we had the like you say, we had the 170s and the 205ers, and we eventually grew into these divisions. Can you see maybe in your lifetime as the head of the company that eventually happened?
I can't say no because I totally underestimated the women's division anyway.
Popularity of it.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hi.
Hi, Dana.
How are you?
I'm good. When I lose a little bit of weight, I want to ask to be a guest ring girl.
Deal.
But since you brought up San Diego,
yes,
woohoo! And you have so many UFC fighters that fight out of San Diego.
Yep.
When will you be bringing the UFC down to San Diego?
Any of my people here that know the answer to that? No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. We know nothing.
Come on now.
I can promise you we'll be coming back to San Diego in 2015. How's that sound?
Awesome. That works for me. I'll be there.
Yes, we will. All right?
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you. What's up, buddy?
Dana, came all the way from Halifax.
Thank you, sir.
Will you be in Halifax next weekend?
Probably not.
No?
I just came off a 7-week road trip that I'm staying home for a little while.
Okay, and my second question, with Anderson coming back in February, does he have any plans, do you know, to get back in title contention, or is he more so looking for super fights?
Well, I think this fight that's going to happen with Diaz, he wants to come in, get this one under his belt, and then go from there. You know, he wants that title back bad.
Awesome, thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, Dana.
Hey.
He just stole my question. I just came from Nova Scotia
bastard.
as well. Yeah, the dirty bastard. Anyways, brother, I appreciate you guys coming to Atlantic, Canada next week. You guys are going to rock it. Just wondering if I can get my flag signed by you.
By who?
By you.
By me?
Of course.
You got these four sitting up here and you want them signed by me? You're out of your mind. How about we all sign it?
That'd be great.
Very good. Give it to Kia and everybody will sign it.
Thank you
so much. Buddy?
I was just wondering, with this title fight happening, what are the plans, or are there any plans with GSP for the winner?
You know, again, GSP's coming back from this injury as soon as he's ready. I'm very confident he's coming back. I just don't know when.
And when are you coming back to Indiana?
To Indiana?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You guys are hitting me with, you know, when are you coming to Poland? When are you going to Greece? I don't know, you guys. Off the top of my head right here, I don't know.
All right. Thank you.
Hopefully soon. Thanks for coming, though. Appreciate it.
Hey, Dana.
I run a small MMA website called FunkyMonkeyMMA.com.
Yeah.
I was wondering, how could I go about getting a small 10-minute interview with you?
A small, a what? An interview with me?
Yeah.
Tell Dave Scholler. Yeah. After he does the face-offs up here, tell him, give him your information.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. See you soon.
Hey, Dana, another question for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Your champion, Tito, is it likely we'll see him back in the UFC?
Who? Tito?
Your champion.
My champion? Did you say Tito Ortiz?
Yeah.
Come on, you troublemaking.
Back to a previous note. You know the lady from Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's much nicer than you, much cuter than you. What are you going to say?
I'm from the UK.
Huh?
I've come from the UK without a ticket.
Get him from Tito.
You're champion, right?
You need tickets? Talk to somebody over here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, my question is for Gilbert. What's it like being friends with and training with the Diaz brothers?
It's great, man. They're the most loyal guys out there. You know, they're loyal friends, you know, and it means a lot. But they're tenacious. They're great training partners. Every time we spar, it just raises up the bar. And, yeah, we start as white belts together. We're a unique team. A lot of teams group up together and become teams. We're more of a family, so a lot of respect to them and Jake Shields and all our team.
Love it. Thanks, man.
All right, last question right here. Korean Zombie, what do you got?
All right, I got a kind of odd one. I just finished college, and the last paper I wrote was about art theory in MMA, basically applying what is art and talking about how that translates to mixed martial arts. And so my question is, I'm curious if any of the four fighters if they define them, or do you see yourself as an artist, essentially? Do you see what you do as art?
Go ahead, Johnny.
I see it as fun. You know, realistically, just, you know, we're paid to have fun. You know, I know everybody up here, they enjoy what they do. You know, it's not about art or any of that. You know, it's about getting out there, making yourself better, preparing yourself for the next fight, and also getting better in each fight.
I absolutely think it's like art. You know, I think Renzo Gracie said it once on a 60-minute special. Sometimes a beautiful fight can be as beautiful as a symphony or a ballet. So definitely at times I think it's beautiful out there.
Ditto.
Yeah, I consider myself a martial artist, so I get to express myself in the octagon, and you guys all get to see how I express myself. So for sure, it's like art.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody who flew in here from all around the world. We appreciate you so much. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'm going to square these guys off. Photo ops for the media.